I taught girls Daygame. I'm about to show you infield footage of girls cold approaching men in the street. Think about it from a girl's point of view. This would be quite intimidating for a girl to approach a big guy during the day without alcohol in a nightclub. And if you know a girl, try and convince her to go and approach a guy. I bet she would never do it. It's not something that women do, but I managed to teach these girls how to cold approach. And if you have approach anxiety and you struggle to approach enough women so that you can get enough dates and therefore have enough women in your life, I'm definitely someone that you might want to approach to teach you some cold approach. So I took these two girls out, and two girls that I was seeing at the time, and taught them how to approach men in the street from the cold approach, come up with some strategies, and then try to get the guy's number at the end. So let's get into the video. Louder, don't be a pussy. Girls never talk to guys, so today we're going to teach you guys how to do it. Is that right, girls? What are we going to do?
Exactly right. We're going to pick up some guys today. I saw you just guys walking. I was wondering, are you guys like in a couple or something like that? Are you in a relationship?
No.
Can I have your number? You look just good. You look just super handsome, so I find it very attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah, you keen? Sweet. Do you have a girlfriend?
No.
Sweet, man. Awesome. No, I like your hat, by the way, and your glasses.
Cheers.
It's massive.
Thank you. Pretty new.
Cheers. Awesome.
It's 0481.
Yes.
Yeah,
Awesome. I'll give you a text. It's awesome. Cheers, man.
As you can imagine, she was extremely nervous going into that approach. So what I did was I told her to do the basic London Daygame model, which is direct, run over there, just smash it out like a total lunatic, run and jump in front of him and say, I saw you from over there, and then ask, make sure that they're not together, of course. You know, are you guys a couple? The girl said no, and then just go straight for the number straight away. So it's pretty much run over there, approach, basic, simple London Daygame model. I hate the London Daygame model, but if it's your very first approach, going direct can get rid of those nerves. I definitely teach indirect. When you look at the way that this played out, it only played out well because her value is so much higher than his. It blew his mind, and it blew the girl's mind that he was with, his friend, that this hot blonde was over there approaching him, and you could see straight away if you replay it, he instantly was shocked and he grabbed his mobile phone to just give it to her straight away because it just blew his mind. Now, this is how direct Daygame is. It only works if your value is so much higher than the person that you're approaching, and that's why the London Daygame model, you'll see British men approaching girls from Eastern Europe, yad stopping and running through just a slight bit more complex approach than this, but they're men that have British citizenship, they're men that earn pounds, their value is so much higher, so therefore they can run and yard stop and pretty much do whatever they want. But it's really nerves. It shows that you are not a centered man to use direct. If you're using direct, it only works if you are approaching girls beneath you, girls that are of less value. You have to go indirect if you want to get girls that are of higher value. Now, it's very important that you understand that. Direct only works if the girl is of less value than you and she instantly is attracted to you and sees you as higher status than her. It's the only way it works. And don't get me wrong, there's black swans out there. There's people that will go direct and it will sometimes work for them and they'll get a hot girl, a girl of higher value than themselves. But the probability of it working is very low. I've got the data to back it up, and I've got the experience to prove that indirect works. So straight after this, I got Mel to go and approach Indirect, and I told her, don't tell the guy that he's attractive. Don't necessarily let him know that you're interested. Go over there and ask for a photo. This was probably an easier way, a little bit more indirect. And then somehow embed the idea of going for a drink together and a meet up. And then ask him if he has a girlfriend. Make sure that he's single, just the basic approach in a more indirect way. There's a lot of method behind what you are seeing here. Let's have a look.
Excuse me? I'm sorry. Can you take a picture of me?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. Amazing. Perfect. It's supposed to just like naturally. Cheers. Thank you. Where are you from?
Korea.
Korea?
Yeah.
한국말 할 줄 알아요. 저는 조금만 할 줄 알아요.
엄청 잘하는데요?
조금만, 그냥 조금만. I'm so happy to meet Korean guys because I can practice more my Korean and everything. By the way, do you have a number?
Yeah.
Cool, awesome, cheers.
Oh, yeah.
0411, okay, yep.
381.
Are you interested to having a drink sometimes or going out? Yeah? Sweet, awesome. So do you have a Korean girlfriend?
Yeah.
Nice. Is the Korean girlfriend in Korea or here?
She...
Oh, she...
Yeah.
Amazing. Oh, perfect. And you have to follow me as well, right? Very important. I'll see you soon. Nice to talk to you. See ya. Bye.
Now, as you can see, going indirect takes a lot more courage. Once you've got the little butterflies out of the way, you've got the nerves out of the way, you cannot be getting stuck in the London Daygame model style where you have canned lines and yad stop and you just get stuck in this direct Daygame mode where you're not really listening to the other person, you just go straight into this ABC step phased thing. It's good when you are extremely nervous and you're scared of women and you're scared of the world, like she was in the first approach. That's why I got her to do it. And then what we did was we got her to build up her confidence before the second approach and then go indirect, so that you're present in the moment, you listen to what the other person is saying, you make sure that you're aware of what you're doing and what they're doing, and you move the interaction towards some sort of a date or meet up. And the other person knows where you're going. You don't need to actually spell it out because people aren't stupid. You don't need to go over there and say, hey, I think you're really hot. But it takes far more courage and balls to go indirect and be cool in the moment and be present. And that's why indirect works so much better, and the way that I teach it anyway. So if I was able to get a girl to do this, imagine what I can do with a guy, because it's so much more difficult for girls. When I first met this girl, she was living with a boyfriend who was like, I don't know, 15 years younger than me. And it was an indirect approach, obviously, because she had a boyfriend, and you know, it was very difficult to... I don't recommend getting in between girls and their boyfriends, but I'm just saying that indirect can be lethal when done correctly. Even a girl that has a boyfriend, a long-term boyfriend, you can get in there and be a lethal weapon out there. Not that I recommend that. I'm definitely not saying that you go and approach girls that have boyfriends. If you can see in the video, I told those girls, you know, make sure that they don't have girlfriends already, so you don't go breaking up relationships. But just as an example of how lethal this type of game is. Now next, the next girl, Taiwanese girl, she was quite nervous as well, but there was these guys playing with sticks, and I thought it would be easy for her to just go over and approach and say, hey, can I play with those sticks for a little bit, maybe mess around with them a little bit, and then go for the number. Maybe ask what they're doing later on and ask for the number. It's just a real simple approach for her first approach, and this is how it played out.
I've been watching you guys from there already. Yeah, so cute.
Yeah. What are you guys up to?
We're actually doing Filipino stick fighting.
For how long already? Like here, I think.
For 20 minutes? 20 minutes today, but we are here every Saturday, Monday and Wednesday.
Oh, so if I want to meet you guys next time, I can always drop by here and
He's
You're
been doing this
teaching
for 40 years. I've been doing this for 1 year.
40 years. Oh my god.
Okay, 30 years.
Oh, wait, are you guys local here?
He's local.
He's
I'm,
local.
I'm a student from Norway.
Norway. Oh my god. I'm from Taiwan, by the way. Yeah.
From where?
From Singapore, but originally from Taiwan.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm just looking around the city because I just arrived Sydney and I figured out so many like this kind of things to discover, and yeah, I just like to shoot photos. Yeah. So what you guys want to do after this?
Go for beer.
Go for a beer
Yeah.
with him.
What's your number?
Him not?
04. What's your telephone number?
My phone number. Hold on. This one.
Sorry?
412.
0412.
Yeah.
Can you just take a picture of me?
Yeah.
Sweet, cheers, man. Thanks.
You know, it's alright.
What are you up to today?
Just shopping.
Just shopping?
Yeah.
For Christmas?
Yeah.
For your girlfriend?
Yeah, fiance.
No way, fiance. Sweet, awesome.
Alright.
Are you still keen to catch up? Somehow?
What's that?
For a drink or something like that?
Pardon?
Yeah, just like catching up.
Oh, I've got a fair bit to do, but thank you. That's lovely of you.
No worries, cheers, thanks.
This is an important message for everybody out there doing cold approach, is that you get rejected all the time. And how you understand what a rejection is and what a rejection isn't is very important. How you frame it in your mind. Now this guy, obviously, let's just be realistic. Every guy would love to have this girl. She's hot. She's smoking hot. But he's got a fiance. He's about to get married. He's in love. And not everybody's available. And so for you guys out there, you might approach girls and there's things going on in their life that they might not necessarily tell you. They might be married or have a fiance or have a serious boyfriend or be going some sort of trauma in their life, or it could be that time of the month, or it could be that they're just too busy, and which is real too. There's so many reasons why girls may reject you. If a hot girl can be rejected by a guy in the street, this is a legitimate reason, by the way. He's engaged, but there's many other reasons why a girl will reject you, and if you don't fully understand that and take that as it is, and just don't take that as a rejection of you personally, and don't always think, oh, it was the way that I approached. You need to fully understand and analyze the situation as it is. So you might not have got the girl's number, and it might not be your approach. It might just be what she's going through at that particular time that made her reject you. And some guys think, oh, well, it was how I approached, what I said. That's not always the factor. Some people are just not available. This is a very important lesson for you guys out there. And then the second approach, we went through the same indirect. I thought that was a great opener, and so I thought we'll continue with that opener, because asking someone if they can take a photo of you is a good way to stop them and have them engage with you. And while you're on camera, the guys can just look at her body and she can pose and flirt with them a little bit. But this next guy, he was the classic blue pill man. He's obviously on his way to work or university or something like that. He was a little bit negative. If anything, he was talking himself down when a hot girl's chatting to him. And you should never do that. You should always be talking yourself up. You should always be letting them know that you are someone of value. You should never be talking yourself down and making out that your accent isn't attractive or the way that you are is not attractive. If you are unattractive and it's a fact, you should still tell the girl that you are attractive. You should never be putting yourself down in front of a girl, and this is where this next guy went wrong. Let's have a look.
Sorry, it's really hard to make myself like a picture. Do you wanna?
Yeah.
You don't mind? Like,
No, not at all.
like I like actually this background. This one, amazing. Cheers. Are you from Australia?
Yes.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell your accent.
You can't?
I can
Oh
tell.
God, that's not good. I don't want to sound Australian.
What, really?
Australian accent's horrible, man.
I love it.
How you doing, man?
How's it going?
Yeah, man.
What are you up to anyway?
I'm just going shopping for a Christmas gift.
Amazing. Do you have a girlfriend?
No.
No, you no girlfriend. Why is that?
I'm too busy, man.
Too busy, man.
I work in film.
But do you have a number?
Yeah, sure.
Do you keen for a drink and stuff?
Yeah, maybe later on, just a sec.
Awesome, sounds good to me. So what's your number?
1 second. 0411.
Sweet. Cheers, what's your name?
Tim.
Tim, very nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Melanie.
Melanie. Pleasure, Melanie.
Nice to meet you.
later,
See ya, bye.
Now, after the first approach that she did in the park, she had a bit of confidence built up, and I thought it was perfect time to try and push for an instant date. And so that was what we're going for. We went with an indirect approach, asking for directions, and then the goal would be to ask the guy if he can take you to where you want to go. And then when you go down and go on to your instant date, try to get the guy to buy you a drink or something like that. And that was the final approach that I thought would be a good ending to this video, just so that you guys as well can get a bit of a tutorial as well of how Daygame should be run. You should be going for instant dates and trying to pull literally back to your place once you are of that caliber, and it can take quite a few years, but when you are hot girls, it's easy to get men to do some stuff for you. When roles are reversed, it is far more difficult for a man, especially if you are approaching girls that are of higher value than you. I always approach girls that are of way higher value than I am, so therefore it makes it a little bit more difficult. I'm playing Daygame on the highest difficulty level, which means that my game needs to be tight. It needs to be really, really tight for me to get the hottest girls. But in reverse, a hot girl approaching just some guy in the street, it's easy to make this happen, but let's check it out.
附近的，
那个里边好像。
这里面
对，可以进去找一下，因为这边就是
你有用什么联系方式吗 ？WeChat，我没有 WeChat 的。
那你是用
Maybe 你有 Facebook 吗？
也有。
还是好，可以看一下。
就在对面。
好，谢谢，拜拜。
你要不往那边走找一找。
好。
反正不是在。
我有一天穿靴子很热，我说我上半身很热。对啊。
So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was a little bit of motivation for you guys out there that struggle to approach women. If a woman can gain the courage to go and approach a guy, you can definitely gain the courage to go and approach girls. And if you can't, you're definitely not getting the right information or the right coaches. So therefore I suggest that you come and do some coaching with me. If you like this video, click the subscribe button, click the bell icon. And I've also got a Telegram group that you can join right now and contact me straight away and have a little chat. And I'll see you guys in the next video.